What's happening, ITP? Paranormal Phil here. So glad you joined me as we take another look into the paranormal. Also, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get notified when I post new videos. Also, leave a comment down below and share with all your paranormal friends. So before we get started, down in the description down below, there will be a PayPal link where you can donate to support Into the Paranormal to help me make more videos such as this. Also, you can donate there to help me bring Talk in the Night back on the airwaves to bring you great guests, great content, and all around great topics. So be sure to donate and support Into the Paranormal and Talk in the Night. So let's get into the topic of this video. Alright, so in this week's Into the Paranormal, we're going to talk about a place that I talked about last night on my Talk in the Night show. Go over to Talk in the Night over on YouTube. There will be a link in the description down below. Check it out. But we're going to talk about the Lizzy Borden house. You might be thinking, well, why would you want to talk about that place if you talked about it last night? Well, guess what? It's not the bed and breakfast that I'm going to be talking about. It's the actual mansion. And for just under $1 million, it could be yours. So let's get into it. Okay, so this comes from Newsweek, and this was published on 9/23 of this year, 2020. And it says, Lizzy Borden's house, would you buy this place after reading these real ghost stories? Now, when most people think of the Lizzy Borden house, they think of the bed and breakfast. But this place is the actual mansion that Lizzy Borden bought. And we're going to talk about that in this news story here from Newsweek. And it's just a stone throws away from the bed and breakfast. It says, if you've been hoping for the chance to live out your haunted manor fantasy, here's how you can finally achieve those spooky dreams. Move into the Lizzy Borden's old house. The 3-floor, 7-bedroom Queen Anne's style home. Yes, 3 floors, 7 bedrooms. Queen Anne home style home, known as Maplecroft Mansion, is now for sale in Fall Rivers, Massachusetts for only, just get this, only $890,000. Now, that barely buys you a good-sized house out in California, but you can get a mansion in Fall Rivers, Massachusetts for $890,000. Just one little thing, it's haunted. So, according to the Herald News, just a couple of $100,000 more than what it sold for when it went on the market in 2018. And it is said to be a place where the spirit of Borden herself, Lizzy Borden herself, has remained since her death in 1927. It's worth noting that the house isn't the location of the Borden where Borden received her murderous reputation. That goes to the Lizzy Borden axe murder house, which is the bed and breakfast. She was accused of killing her father and stepmother with an axe in 1892 in what is now the Lizzy Borden Bed and Breakfast Museum, aka the murder house. Just as I mentioned earlier, just a stone throw away from the mansion Borden purchased in 1893 after she was acquitted of all charges. She lived in the stately Maplecroft home with her sister Emma Borden and died in one of the two bedrooms that belonged to her. Now you're thinking, okay, well, her spirit is there. Could it be a nasty spirit? Well, guess what? Not only is her spirit there, there's other spirits there, and we're going to talk about that in this story. Jerry Pacheco, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, who has worked as the daily operations at the actual murder house for the last 16 years, told Herald News that the voices of spirits can be heard all around the Maplecroft mansion. So the spirits are probably going from the Borden house, the murder house, to the Borden mansion, and vice versa. While people who have stayed and worked at the Lizzy Borden Bed and Breakfast Museum have long told tales of ghost whispers, shadowy figures in the hallway, hearing doors slam in unoccupied rooms, and footsteps running through the hallway, Maplecroft is prone to experience creepy occurrences too. The Dark Zone Network picked up on plenty of it when they investigated both homes for their Lizzy Borden Murder House live stream series in August. Although the Dark Zone team spent a majority of their series filming the bed and breakfast, which is notably more famous than the actual mansion, but it's still connected. Pacheco said the crew visited the Maplecroft mansion. I always seem to screw up that word for some reason. For one night, and detected a number of spirit voices, including Lizzy Borden's herself. It was picking up 40 to 50 voices, he claimed. So that leads to the question: is her father and stepmom the only ones she killed? Or is there more? Or could it be the land that the house sits on? Well, it doesn't go into details about that, but it's definitely a hot spot. And also, if it's picking up 40 to 50 voices, could those hauntings have been there before the murders and drove Lizzy Borden crazy to commit the murders? I'll leave that question up for you to decide. Now, Pacheco said there was even a moment when Susan Slaughter, the Dark Zone founder and paranormal investigator, had asked him questions only people who lived and worked in the house would know of, to which Slaughter received direct and correct. Sorry, I'm getting things here. Direct and correct responses from the dead. Back in 2019, the Maplecroft Mansion was the focus of Travel Channel's Kindred Spirits special, in which the paranormal investigators Adam Berry and Amy Bruni visited the house after learning of increased paranormal activity from workers claiming of hearing disembodied voices to even being physically attacked by ghost figures. The pair confirmed the house was a hotbed for spirits and said they even spoke with Lizzy Borden during their stay. Now that would be a little bit crazy there. In quotes, I think what shocked us the most is how chatty Lizzie or Lizbeth actually was, Bruni said in an interview with Travel Channel blog at the time. I don't think we've ever had such a long, in-depth conversation about ghosts. So, did Lizzy Borden herself murder somebody? Or her father and mother? Or stepmother? Or was she driven to do it by spirits in the home? Again, I'm not making any assertions. I'm going to leave that up for you to decide. Just gives you a little food for thought. One of the reasons Barry and Bruni suggested paranormal activity at the Maplecroft Mansion was on the rise because of its new owner, Donald Woods and Leanne Weber, who, the current seller of Maplecroft, had planned to turn the house into a new lodging site similar to the Lizzy Borden Bread and Breakfast Museum, which they also own. So they own the house and the bed and breakfast. A few maintenance discrepancies and licensing issues mandated by the city, followed by COVID-19, sent that idea to the grave before they put the house on the market. Maplecroft did undergo renovations, and there were plenty of people coming in and out of the house while work was being done. I believe one of the reasons is that there are more people coming in and out of the house now that it has new owners. Whatever or whoever is in that space, the entities are reaching out to becoming more aggressive to get someone's attention. They have something to say, and someone needs to start listening to them before it gets out of hand. I wonder how dark and aggressive these spirits are getting. So that's this. Again, like I said, Lizzy Borden house. Would you buy this place after reading these stories? Again, it's only, let me find it, up for sale for only $890,000. If I can find it here. No, it was here somewhere. I might have passed it. Yeah, there it is. So you can own the Lizzy Borden Mansion, the Maplecroft Mansion, for $890,000. Could be all yours with all those spirits, and just a stone throw away from the Lizzy Borden Bed and Breakfast Museum, or the AKA the Axe Murder House. So tell me what you think down in the comments below, because I would love to hear what you think. So I hope you enjoyed this little short story about the Lizzy Borden house, and if you want to buy it, I believe it might still be up for sale. I mean, that was only in September that they put it up for sale, so it still might be up for sale, and it could be yours for $890,000. And as usual, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get notified when I post new videos. Also, leave a comment down below, tell me what you think, and share this with all your paranormal friends. So until next time, I shall see you. Have a good night.